You'll never guess. This guy's 4 right-hand fingers were cut off by a sharp object, with tape residue left on his lips. Talk about a thriller. All signs point to a bigger mystery behind this corpse. Just then, the phone rings again, and guess what? That black lady went missing this morning. She was supposed to pick up her dad at the airport, but vanished into thin air. Doug quickly snapped her photo and told the coroner to keep the autopsy rolling. No connections to the Lundy explosion, please. Then she raced over to meet Claire's dad. Claire's dad immediately recognized her in the photo and provided an important lead after Doug asked. He told Doug that Claire mentioned meeting someone last night and that someone could be the buyer of her car. Then he handed Doug Claire's house key, urging him to uncover the truth. To save time, Doug geared up and rushed to Claire's apartment. Upon entering, he was drawn to a note on the fridge that read, "You can save her." Next to it was his car ad from the newspaper, and oddly enough, the sink was filled with blood-stained gauze, plus a whole lot of blood on the floor. Clearly, something went down here before Claire went missing. As Doug carefully opened the voicemail, one message left him utterly stunned. Doug suddenly realized that the woman who called him this morning was none other than Claire. Doug hurried back to HQ with the autopsy report, telling his boss Claire might be linked to the bomber. He just confirmed the ties at the blast site, deducing Claire was killed 2 hours prior. He guessed the killer probably kidnapped her at home, taped her mouth, set her on fire, and put her in a box to pose as a bombing victim. Apparently, that red Bronco was stolen as the bomb transport. Oh, and one more thing. The victim contacted the local ATF office the day before the explosion. His boss agreed, but just as Doug was about to leave, he spotted Lara's car. Thinking Larry was throwing shade at him, he asked about his partner's whereabouts, only for his boss to drop a bombshell. All the cars outside were from the explosion scene. Larry was likely at the scene of the explosion. Doug could hardly believe what he was hearing. Who would have thought that his brother in arms for 20 years would go out like this? Just when Doug was feeling guilt over the earlier fight, FBI Special Agent Jimmo showed up. Jimmo invited Doug to join the new investigation team due to a strict deadline. So they desperately needed a pro like him who could sniff out the faintest clues. Without hesitation, Doug hopped into Jimmo's car, heading straight to their base, which looked like just an FBI work trailer on the surface. Doug's car is a mini-particle accelerator. Devices inside left him amazed, speechless. Unlike ATF black and white cams, this place has full-color HD. It can even change observer angles freely. Jimmo clarified it wasn't surveillance footage, but satellite images from digital reconstruction. The main data is from 7 low-orbit satellites, enabling angle switching in the target area. Seeing everyone silent, Doug had to press on and ask why they were reviewing footage from 4.5 days ago. It turned out due to computational limits. Generating each frame took 4.5 days, so they were only seeing footage from that time, and they couldn't replay or fast-forward anything. This means they can't view explosion day footage for 3 days. By then, the killer may be gone. Following Doug's suggestion, the investigation team decided to shift their monitoring focus to Claire's residence. The footage on the screen left Doug speechless. It felt like a 360-degree candid shot. Just as Doug was engrossed, a colleague investigating Claire's house called him. He teased Doug, "When you forget crime scene basics with fingerprints all over." Doug was taken aback, only then realizing he had just used a pen while on the phone, completely puzzled. However, Doug stayed calm, as finding his date would solve everything. So for the next 24 hours, they kept Claire under continuous surveillance, but as the investigation deepened. Subtitles. Doug noticed that Claire seemed to have realized she was being monitored. Even though Jimmo denied this, Doug suspected that the investigation team might be concealing something. After a long day of waiting, they finally saw the footage from the night Claire was supposed to meet someone. Unfortunately, the dude didn't show up and just called Claire, but Doug quickly deduced he was the bomber. He had casually inquired about Claire's address under the guise of buying a car and scheduled the meeting for the night before the explosion. This way, even if Claire discovered her car missing the next day, it wouldn't mess with his plan. By tracking the phone number, the investigation team quickly zeroed in on the exact spot the killer made that call. Due to angle restrictions, the nearby surveillance only caught the killer's back. Thankfully, Doug was experienced. He and his colleagues scanned the killer's backpack with facial recognition software and cross-referenced it with all backpacks that appeared in the explosion area within 48 hours. Soon, they found the killer's image near the Lundy Pier, although they still couldn't directly identify. But now they knew when and where he had been spotted. They just had to wait another 7 hours to see the killer's specific footage. Yet suddenly, Doug had a daring idea and quietly pulled out his laser pointer. When no one was looking, he pointed the laser at the screen. To his surprise, Claire reacted immediately to the light. The entire power system of the mobile cabin suddenly restarted, and in the face of Doug's questioning. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.